So we got an episode called "The King of Knowledge." All right, so we got to prove our knowledge right here. All right. So, what frame number of episode 1 does Agumon first appear in Digimon Adventure?
5.
Sounds good to me. It's about as useful as the questions we get answers in this show.
You don't answer questions this show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 53 of Digimon Ghost Game, the King of Knowledge. If you've seen any of our episodes, you know we go very in-depth into these episodes, so if you're averse to spoilers, you may wish to turn away now. There are no spoilers at all in this episode. It's Ghost Game. But, let us dive right into...
You say nothing happens, but that's not really a spoiler for Ghost Game anymore.
Let's dive right into episode 53, which begins with...
The same opening narration we've had all the way since episode 2.
And moving on, not to the formula, actually, exactly, because we're actually immediately with Kyo, who seems to be kind of like a tour guide, I assume, with a class of students, it seems.
Or maybe normally or like leading a field trip, but when has he ever done anything like this?
Yeah, this is the first time we've seen anything of this kind.
It doesn't even seem to be his dorm.
Yeah, I don't recognize any of the people, but... And he's talking about this shrine that they've gone to visit, and you know, moving in on your exams, this is a place that is known to be a shrine to the god of academics.
Of knowledge, yes.
Of knowledge, and so, you know, you better pray a lot to make sure, you know, to get your good grades. And as
he talks about something like it being Buddhist or something at some point.
That this shrine was tied to some anti-Buddhist
one or the other
kind of thing.
One of the people of them says, well, you're like the king of knowledge. And then they cut inside the shrine, and a book looks at him menacingly.
Yes, and it's got like a crystal on it that shows his reflection.
Yes.
Spooky, but whatever.
Spooky book.
Yeah.
Scary book. Maybe it's Twilight.
Ooh. Truly terrifying. And then we move on to back in, looks like Kyo's dorm room. Mm-hmm. He's hanging out with Jellymon and Hero's there, and
Gammon's there, and he brings back souvenirs, gives Gammon some chocolate. Mm-hmm. And we cut to Jellymon, who's got a pile of stuff.
For sure, Espimon's there too, because why?
Because he just won't leave us alone.
He won't go away, so he's there. And he's all talking about, you know, oh, you always got to make sure, you know, that you pay your respects. I love going to these shrines and seeing all of these things, and not really much.
It doesn't really tell us much, yeah.
All comes to the scene, except at the end of it, Jellymon's like, all right,
I'm leaving.
And he's like, all right.
Something strapped on her back.
Some scroll case or something, it looks like. Something along those lines. It will kind of come back up later. We're not entirely sure.
But Jellymon's off doing whatever she does again.
We still don't know. 53 episodes in.
Yeah.
And Kyo's like, alright, bye. He seems just fine with her leaving. Which, if Kyo's as terrified as they usually try to show him, he should never let her out of his sight on purpose. You know.
That, and how many times has something happened to Kyoshiro when Jellymon's gone for her to stop doing this?
Yeah, if she really cares as much as she calls him darling and everything, you know.
Nothing happens to Kyoshiro because Jellymon leaves. No.
So, we cut to that night, and he's hearing some very strange noises in the dorm.
Yes.
And he groggily gets out of bed and like, I gotta go give somebody a warning.
I gotta be an adult and yell at some college students, high school kids.
Yeah, because they're causing a ruckus. And the noise gets closer and closer to his room. And he looks up, and suddenly there is a very human-looking female dressed in very...
Shrine maiden kind of clothes.
Yeah, very traditional kind of clothing. And very see-through. It just walks through his door.
So it's Jellymon.
Yeah. And, he's a little freaked out by this.
Understandably so.
And he goes, who are you? What do you want? I'm here to bring you on the master's orders. I don't know who your master is. You can go tell them to... And she reaches out a hand towards him, and this ghostly light starts to wash up his body, and he can't move, apparently. It, takes control of him and walks him out the door. And so, you know...
So obviously you put it on the digital field as soon as this ghostly card to let people know something odd is happening?
Yep. No. I mean, they're sleeping. They might not have noticed, but at least the attempt could have been made. But no.
I would assume one of the Digimon community, somebody would have noticed at some point. They could have helped.
Yeah. So they take him through quite a bit of a walk, it seems.
Yeah.
Far off into the woods, and seems pretty much back to the shrine that likely he was at. It's
But
nighttime
I don't
now.
think
It
actually
looks
is based on what happens later.
Yeah, and it looks very different. So, I mean, maybe this thing moves between shrines, I guess, but we'll see. And so,
No, we won't.
No, we won't. Yeah, let's go see. We won't explain. So he arrives and like, who's your master? Why are you doing this? What is? And that book is hovering. The gem is looking a little more red than like the greenish it did earlier. I guess it's a trick of the light. I don't know. But it begins to, say, "Oh, you who are the supposed king of knowledge."
And he knows his name,
Kyosho Higemachi, or whatever, something like that. Who, graduated from college at the age of 13
with a master's degree.
And has a doctorate in computer engineering.
Recently has a doctorate
Computer
in
science.
Computer science. Wait, what?
What?
When did he get a doctorate?
I mean, he's super smart, I can see you pushing these things, but I'm pretty sure he didn't have this before.
No, this is the first we've heard of this.
And I mean, we've seen him working at these businesses.
Yes, that company.
That company that,
often with computer-based things. And when we first met him in the first episode of the Digital Talismans, boy, what a good thing that would have been that kept going with.
Yeah. Follow up on something and be interesting. Yeah.
But he's a doctor now. Okay.
Yeah. We haven't heard a single person. He's got a doctor. We haven't heard a single person call him doctor. But then again, I guess I don't know what the honorific for doctor is in Japanese. So could just all be senpai. I don't know. If you know, let us know down in the comments below.
Okay, sure. Why not?
And so you are the king of knowledge. I consider myself one who always was pursuing knowledge. So I wish to test myself against you. And Kyo's a little questioning of this at first, but he summons kind of his own version of the digital field.
Yeah.
That kind of doesn't give him much of a choice because the ground is now just a disc of red with void outside.
Black void outside of it, yeah.
And these orbs over their head to show their knowledge. And okay, sure, why not?
Why not? Yeah, not the strangest thing I've ever had to accept in a Digimon show.
So it's a contest of knowledge. They will go back and forth asking each other questions. The winner will steal a bit of knowledge from the loser every time. And seeing as Kyo really doesn't have much choice in it at this point, he reluctantly kind of agrees because he's got no choice. It asks its first question something about physics. Yeah, and it turns out he knows.
Basic concept of quantum physics, which, he knows.
And
enough to give the softball question.
Yeah, and a little blue bead comes from the could it be a Digimon? Over to Kyo, granting him some knowledge.
And he says, that was a softball question. I just wanted to test you.
Test you. And so Kyo begins to ask his question. It's like the question of the century. Everyone's been asking this. And it's... He's in his bed.
Sits up out of his bed, yeah.
What? No, I'd really be curious what he tried to ask. And some of the interesting answers he could give, because this is a Digimon. His answers could be correct, but not the same as what a human would know. But no, okay.
Or we could learn some, ask a question about the digital world itself and learn some more that way.
No, just completely skips over it. And so he's back, and
in the morning he walks up, mumbling himself, wondering if it was a dream, and walks right past Hero and Gamamon. So I'm thinking, he's forgotten about them, but no, he remembers they're there.
Oh, yeah. But he seems lost in his own thought, and he seems to be back at his job.
Yep, and of course, Hero and Gamamon will not ask any questions about what's bothering them.
No,
because they're terrible heroes.
Yeah, they just let him walk by. So yeah, we see Kyo sitting in front of a computer, and it's failure or error or whatever on the on the screen of the program he's working on.
And these people who we don't know are saying, "Well, you gotta give him some time. Even for him, this is a really complicated computer." Then he gets this look on his face, and he types something down, and suddenly it changes to success. And he said, "Wow, this is really great. This program will really help people."
What for? What does this do? Is this detecting digital fields? Is this,
detecting gates, detecting Digimon,
protecting financial fraud? I assume this actually has nothing to do with Digimon.
Yeah.
Even though it should, I bet you it doesn't.
I mean, this company and this program could be building up to something that helps with this digital problem. No! Because that would require lore and building beyond one episode.
Yep.
And we can't have that.
And so we go back to... He's in his room at night. And he's like, oh, they didn't show up tonight. Must have really been a dream. And then, of course, immediately after he says that, we hear the noises again.
The bamboo noises, yes.
Yes.
And another ghost appears. It's a younger-looking female ghost this time. The age really applies to ghosts.
Yeah.
At least the form it takes looks younger.
Kyo definitely says it is a different one, so he recognizes it as such. And she pretty much says the master is waiting, and she doesn't have to possess him this time to make him...
I guess, yeah, it doesn't seem that way.
Doesn't seem that way to make him come along. And so we go back, and that little tidbit of knowledge seems to be like Kyo's, oh, no, is at least interested in...
Yes, I wish to acquire more knowledge.
It's like, oh, very good. Then we'll ask 3 questions tonight. And suddenly, he's not asking questions.
No.
He's summoning a tiger to attack. No, but...
There's like, yeah, there's different things and dragons, and it's really trippy. I don't know what's going on.
It's really pretty looking, but why? What?
Different art style. It's kind of a nice little change of pace, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know what this is. I mean, it's showing them asking questions, but what is Kyo doing? I really don't know.
Yeah.
So we cut back to the next morning where things are really starting to get a little different because we see Kyo talking to Fukatsu, the guy from the Santa Bunny in Digimon.
The guy who was getting all the stuff from Jellymon in the
Digimon episode.
I don't remember his name either, so I don't blame you, Kyoshiro.
No. And he's like, all new students must be introduced to the dorm leader. What are you talking about? And Hiro's like, what's going on? Hiro, do you know who this is? Who this is? And Hiro's like, yeah. He's been here a few months now. I mean, we're in Halloween. We passed Halloween at least, so
It's November 27th at the end of this episode.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. So yeah, we've definitely
we do give you a date.
Yeah, passed enough time that he's been around a while. He's like, I wouldn't forget such things. What are you talking about? And so obviously things are wrong.
And so things are wrong, and then Hiro and Gamamon
don't care. Do nothing. It doesn't even seem like at this point they tell Ruli.
Try to find Jellymon,
or do any of this. Yeah.
So that night, apparently Gamamon has to go to the bathroom. Even though we could trust him to go to the store and get chocolate on his own. 30 episodes ago, he can't handle going to the bathroom on his own now.
Yep. Never.
What is this series?
You wanted him to grow? Tough.
Yes, I did, darn it! Like, originally started him this way so you have him grow.
Yep.
Regardless, so Kyoshiro walks past them in the middle of the night, because we know Kyoshiro's all about breaking curfew and stuff.
Yes, he always breaks rules.
But Gamamon and Hiro don't care.
Don't care. They go to the bathroom and apparently just go back to their...
Go back to bed.
Go back to bed. And
geez, these are our heroes, ladies and gentlemen.
And so, the next day...
Well, we get an indication that Kyoshiro's kind of like begging them to go this time. Let's ask more questions. I can't leave without getting even one piece of knowledge tonight. So apparently he's not been doing very well.
Yeah, and can we do 5 tonight? Can we keep going? Yeah. And we get some image of him, like, clutching his face and looking really haggard. And yeah, he's desperate and he's hungry for more of that little tidbit.
But when has he ever been this way? When has he been so knowledge hungry?
We've had characters in Digimon like this.
Yeah, this is a fine flaw to have and to grow from, but I've never seen this from him. Yeah, and again, it's episode 53, not episode 27.
Yeah, this is when, he's either... You've overcome most flaws like this by now. That's kind of the whole point of Digimon, is to grow, not to suddenly have a new thing out of nowhere.
But anyway, so we cut back, and this time he's hanging out with Hiro and Gamamon in some place, and Hiruli and Ngoramon's there. And
looks like the cafe that they
meet at or whatever.
Yeah.
And he asks, who's that? Hiro, is that your
girlfriend? So he's forgotten Ruli and Ngoramon now.
And then Ngoramon shows up, and he's like, what's a giant bunny? And that's about it. He's okay with that. Stands up, kind of stares him down, says, "Are you calling me Higachi? That's rude."
Yeah.
Someone he just met.
I'm leaving.
A giant bunny is there. This is Kyoshiro. He doesn't know who the giant bunny is, but he's fine with this.
Yeah.
He just thinks they're pranking him. Who is this? This is not Kyoshiro.
Yeah. This would be Kyoshiro if he had grown from the Thetismon episode. But you've shown he hasn't.
And forgetting pieces of knowledge shouldn't change your personality.
Yeah. So this is completely... Everything's flipped here. What he wants, who he is.
But he recognizes Hero still, and he's commenting about this. And we cut again to another son where he's getting an argument with kids in the classroom. Who are you again? And Hero comes up to him and goes,
"What's wrong, Senpai?"
And he doesn't recognize
What's
Hero.
now?
So that means another night has passed without anybody doing anything.
Yep, our heroes.
Ah!
They will save the day someday.
They need Ray. They need Ray and Hackmon.
Yeah. Well, Black Automon would, but she doesn't want to affiliate with
She's
these.
giving up on that.
I
don't blame her.
You don't want to affiliate with these people anymore.
So now they finally think,
And finally, after that, we cut into his room, and Jellymon has finally returned. And he's like, "Who are you?
What's this monster in my room?
Darling,
don't you recognize me?"
Yeah, so finally everybody's now realized this, and gee, they finally get together and be like, "Huh,
maybe we should do something."
Oh yeah,
I saw him hanging out, going out one night. Wonder if he's doing something at night.
And Jellymon apparently came back one night and he was missing.
And she didn't care either, apparently.
She didn't care to tell anybody. She didn't care to go out looking for him. She just like, yeah, okay. And so they're like, well, he's going out at night. I guess we should probably follow him and find out.
We should do something. So that night, another Shrine ghost appears, and it's like, took you long enough.
The first one again, I believe. But yeah,
sure.
Whatever. Yeah, it took you long enough. Like, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, she's apologetic.
But now they're here again. But the time when Hero and Gamamon on the night, there wasn't a ghost with them.
Yeah.
So does he need them to get there?
I guess, but...
Why weren't they there the one time he was leaving?
Yeah. I'd say the others couldn't see him, but we'll soon prove that wrong.
Yeah, that's obviously not the case.
And so we see Jellymon poking her head out of the closet as he's leaving, like, "Oh, I see, you've been cheating on me while I was away." Well, he could easily do that, Jellymon.
It wouldn't be hard, yeah.
It wouldn't be hard.
Jellymon's just upset because she can't bury a ghost next to Emma's body. And until I'm proven otherwise, that's headcanon for me.
Bye, Emma. It was nice knowing you. And so they follow him off into the shrine, and they're watching. They comment on the ghosts. They made,
what is that? And Gorman says it's not a Digimon.
I do not know, but yes, I can. It's not. Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm. And so they follow him up. The book's floating there, and like, you are still.
Well, they walk up the stairs like the shrine, and they both disappear. So it's like, okay, you need this guide to get you there. So the others got locked out, right? Because that's the whole point of having the guide.
Nope.
We'll see later that's not. So
they're all right there. Yeah. And so the book is still hovering there, and it's like, wow, you are still eager to hunt, even though I've taken all of your knowledge. Please, we need more. We'll do 10 questions tonight. I see. I will take all that you have left tonight. And gee, finally the group seems to think this is bad.
Maybe we should step in. Yeah.
And Jellymon's like, "What did you do to my darling?" And she runs up and starts slapping the book with her tentacles. And the book bursts open, and out pops...
Not Wisemon.
A humanoid look... Yeah, you think a book. Wisemon is... Yeah. It's, yeah. Apparently a Digimon that has shown up before, but I did not remember.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing him, but...
Supposedly, I'm pretty sure I looked it up, he was in Cross Wars at some point. Maybe it was the manga instead. I don't know. Thank you, Future Rordrik. Supposedly this is not the first time he's shown up, but yeah. And this is Balmon? Balmon?
Yeah.
Double A.
Yeah, double A. Balmon.
Balmon. That's what I'm using. You know what I'm calling that.
We need something to amuse ourselves in these episodes.
And Goramon recognizes who this is, and it's a Digimon who...
Highly intelligent Digimon, sometimes considered something of academia.
Yeah,
academia or something.
The god of academics or whatever. And he was known for trading knowledge and seeking knowledge in exchange for your soul.
Feeding on your soul, yes.
Yeah.
Don't think he quit what he was doing, but whatever. Close enough.
Well, if he takes everything.
Yeah. Maybe now at this point. But regardless, Hero's like, can you give us our friend's memories back?
Yeah.
We're sorry to bother you and all, but we kind of need his memories back.
It was like, why would I do that? It was an agreement. This is a test of knowledge. If you wish to have it back, then you must do the same. Well, they don't feel like doing that, at least immediately. So we get Battle and Simba.
Just in case, yeah.
Just in case. And, yeah, we get a real quick couple swings at him, and it does nothing, because he's too strong for that. And Ruli steps in, and he was like, well, if that's...
I challenge you to a random card game! A chance!
No, that was Piedmon's idea.
Oh, because she's the queen of that stuff, you know?
Yeah. But no, he's like, well, if you're,
Yeah, back when we had megas.
yeah. What?
And we thought things were elevating.
And so she's like, well, if that's how you want to do it, I accept your challenge. We will give you a challenge of knowledge. And he scoffs because, the king of knowledge over here, supposedly Kyoshiro.
We don't really want knowledge, so instead give us back his memories instead of yours.
And he's like, sure. He really doesn't see any downside to this. He's kicked Kyo's butt, so all right.
And his knowledge sphere is much bigger than anybody else's.
Yeah, he summons his little field again, so you see the knowledge spheres, and Kyo's not looking good.
He says, okay, I'll start asking questions, and Jellymon says, no, you won't.
Zap! Yeah, Kyo immediately
drops him.
Yep. I mean, I'd say that's out of character to do to your partner, but not
for her.
not Jellymon. No.
But by the time she shocked him, I kind of understand it.
Yeah, this one's better than...
It makes it kind of on her side for once on this one.
Yeah. And so Ruli starts talking about taking pictures.
Taking food pics.
Yeah, food pictures. Yeah, it's a very popular thing on social media. And if you're doing this, you go to a lot of different restaurants with different, moods and everything. What's the best way to take a picture?
How do you know which restaurant is the best for taking food pics?
He's like, I don't freaking care. I don't know.
No one cares about this nonsense.
I don't know. It needs lots of light. And he at least accepts that that's... the rules at least accept that. And a little bead goes out back to Kyo. And so it's Hiro's turn. And he asks, if you forget your tools, what's a good way to peel a potato?
If you're camping and you forget you lost your pocket knife, what's a good way to peel a potato?
Using a common item. Like, why would I know that?
You use the knife, you go find one.
A bottle cap. Which I assume is actually probably
I believe it actually does work, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Potatoes aren't real hard to peel, you can use your fingernails.
Yeah. And
rock.
He kind of growls. And then Jellymon comes up with, humans love to gather 3 of things they like. 1 for keeping, 1 for showing, and 1 for lending. Oh no, you're right!
Yeah,
Kyo's knowledge is actually useful.
And it'll never come up again.
Yeah. And then Espimon talks about some way spies communicate.
And then Goromon asks about a book or a movie.
Yeah.
And
Gabumon
asks about chocolate.
It's like... Yeah, they bombard him with just kind of useless
life hacks, trivial knowledge.
And finally, he is fed up with that. Enough! And dispels the field. And it's like, pursuit of knowledge is a noble and glorious goal. How dare you defile it with your nonsense. And, he resorts to not books anymore. And he pulls out his club? I mean, it's not a very long... I don't know quite what his weapon thing there is. And he starts bashing their attacks away, coming in to try and attack them. And Kyo's finally like, wait! I remember you all now!
Yes.
He's conscious again. And suddenly we get a warp Digivolve.
To Thetismon.
So, I was wrong. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I don't think this unlocked a warp Digivolve in any way, shape, or form. I'm trying to give these episodes something.
Trying to make it better than
some meaning to that, but no, there's no way that.
And they clash with 2 attacks, whatever, and then Thetismon says, okay, I'll ask you one final question. And Belmon, despite being so upset with these people and their question, says, okay.
Yeah, he'll agree to the ultimate. And it's not like she beat him into submission to get him to agree. They were pretty stalemated, really, it seemed. It's not... And so she gets him to calm down. He summons the field again, and we get this very stylized whole bunch of arches and stuff
again. The shrine, because she's asking about apparently the shrine at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, she's like, well, Kyo loves this
shrine. It showed up in an episode of Fox Sama or something.
Yeah, whatever. And they
say there's approximately 500 gates. Yeah, gateways.
Yeah.
So how many other X-Lings? She says, oh, this is simple. I've been here for a long time. There's 503. And she goes, no, you're wrong. Actually, there are 504.
Impossible. No, because you see, Darling decided to donate, and make an offering to get another one made. Here is the certificate.
It went up yesterday, which was, and he's talked earlier in the episode, it does mention he's looking really forward to November 26th. This means today's November 27th in that world.
Yes.
Over basically a month past Halloween.
Yeah. And we saw Jellymon flying around with a scroll that is probably this one.
It has this, and Kyosho says, "Oh yeah, I got something on my phone yesterday about it."
Oh yeah, that must be what that was
about. He calls up the picture, and there's a new shrine, and probably has dedicated to his name or something on it.
Yeah,
there's some Japanese characters on it. And Balmon's like, kind of person, knowledge changes so fast every day.
Yes, it is a constant struggle to maintain your knowledge and to continue to grow.
And he accepts the outcome of this and gives Kyosho back all his knowledge. And after that, he gets out of the field, he kind of sits down on the steps and goes, "I'm done with you people.
Yeah.
I'm done with your nonsense. I'm going back to
Kyoto,
yeah, something like that. To study more there, still dodge more people, eat their souls."
Yep.
And the group goes, "Okay, cool!"
Yeah, no problem. Well, really, they're more ignoring him mostly because Kyo's going, "I'm sorry, this was my fault. I got a little too eager and
threw knowledge too hard. Even though he's never done this before.
I'm so sorry to have forgotten you and everything." And
Jellymon really like, I think we should forgive him. And Jellymon goes, "Nah, I'm going to punish you so hard you'll never forget me again." Yeah, he's going to suffer for this.
Yeah. You thought there was... We made jokes that there was stuff in, May Crackbot's episode we couldn't show.
Yeah, they're probably not appropriate for this channel.
And
then really kind of laughs at this and realizes, oh wait, what about those two shrine mating ghosts?
Yeah.
And then we see Balmon pull out
a couple talismans or something
and burn them. Then we see the ghosts kind of lose their human form and more skeletal-like and dissolve
into ash.
And he kind of laughs and he disappears in this book and takes off.
And Kyo, integer overflows.
So it was like, really? Those are actually ghosts? Apparently they are. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we have ghosts that can full form.
Yeah, because we kind of had them in, Talmon's episode.
Yeah, and some vengeful spirits that could possess a Digimon.
And Sepicmon was chasing around some souls at the end of his episode.
I think that's what those were.
So we've kind of had this kind of theme a couple times, but so what? They don't do anything with it, so... I'm sorry, asking you to build off of a previous episode. I know, that's just asking...
Way too much.
Way too much, yeah.
For an episode that's gone... The series has gone 53 episodes.
Yeah. Sorry.
But we can look forward to 54. Only one series has ever gone more than 54 episodes.
Mm-hmm. Because Boy Hunters is its own season. I don't care what you tell me. Boy Hunters is a separate season.
54 said the end at the end.
Yes. So yes, the only one that's done it is the season before, 2020. Which I find a lot of places don't call that Adventure 2020, and that's just really confusing.
Just call it Adventure semicolon, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is 2020, just so much easier to keep track of it.
Yeah. On there. Anyway, but yes, so this should be the finale. Everything should come up. Goulis should finally be explained, and
he's not in the preview at least.
Usually he's not in the preview when he has shown up. So
true,
but yeah,
we have the ghost narrator. Starting off here.
Starts off, and then Ghost Narrator comes in later.
I think at least that's the title of the next episode, if nothing else.
Yeah, so again, we got both of these voices. It's just Ghost Narrator was sick for a little while or something. I don't know. And it's called Second Sight.
Yep, talking about possibly being able to see the future, and what if you could see the actual moment of your death.
Yeah. What would it do to you?
You see Hero looks like he grows horns at some point. I don't know why. More interesting, we see Epsimon going around looking kind of possessed, tired, dazed. And throwing some mote bombs at Simba and Tesla.
Oh no! A rookie is turned on us! Can we delete him?
But I liked him so much, I would hate anything bad to happen to Espimon.
Yeah.
We're Shinryu-mon.
He's much cooler.
I care if something happened to him.
Yeah. And so, another episode that doesn't look like much to follow an episode that didn't do much. Welcome to Ghost Game, everybody.
Yeah. Well, looking hope for 54 is actually the last episode.
I'm thinking not at this point, but I hope so. I agree. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Remember to comment, subscribe if you want to see more Digimon content from us. And remember to click here if you want to see another one of our Digimon videos. As always, everyone, take care. Bye-bye.